Well, we've been talking all week. Once we get into the tournament, we talk about what we can do as a team, not what we can't do. During the season, it's always about what we can do and what we shouldn't do and all that. And, coming into this game this week, we really focused on what we can do. And I was very, very impressed at sticking to our game plan. We wanted to slow the tempo down on the offensive side. And so we wouldn't have to guard as much because, they scored 80 points a game. So I thought we did a great job of it, of running the shot clock under 15 and getting some shots off and making some big shots along the way. And then, defending them. They were tough to defend. Kelly is a extremely athletic guard that can score. And I thought we did a good job on her. And then the big thing, and I didn't look at the rebounds, but we rebounded with them. Usually we don't. They lead the league in offensive rebounds, and we were able to. I know at halftime we were maybe down 1 or 2. I didn't know how we finished, but I thought we did a pretty good job of rebounding most of the game.
Thank you, Coach. At this time, we'll open up to questions for the student athletes only. Please wait for a microphone to ask your questions and identify yourself by name and media outlet. We have one in the back left.
This is for Simone. First double-double by a Cajun this year. What were you seeing out there, and how was it that you were able to get so many offensive rebounds?
I really just played my game. And, yeah.
Okay. Additional questions? On the left, Gary.
This is Gary Smith from the Advocate. Kiki, you guys did get a lot of fast break baskets off of rebounds where you guys ran and seemed to outrun them down the court, especially early in the second half. How important did you think that was in getting separation?
I think it was important because we had based our plan on slowing it down, but if we have it in transition, go. If not, pull it out. And I guess we looked at the open shots and saw that we had the transition, so we went with it. If we didn't, we pulled the bag out a couple of times. So I think it just came.
Kevin Foote, Lafayette Advertiser. Simone, it's the first double-double by any player for the Cajuns all season long. So what does it feel like you're in the biggest stage and you have your biggest game of the season?
It really feels good. I'm just excited, and I'm ready for the next game.
Kiki, what was I know y'all slowed it down, but y'all did a great job of putting pressure on them and not fouling. Did y'all just have confidence that it was kind of y'all turn against this team, or? Yeah,
they snuck 2 off on us in the season, so I felt like we owed them, and we did what we had to do. And Simone showed up big time. I told her she couldn't come home unless she have a double-double. So she showed that she could do that. She's got to do it every game. But defensive-wise, I think we had it on our minds and everybody was prepared.
Was this from beginning to end? I know it was a little bit of a sluggish start, but after about the fight, about as good a game as y'all played all year, you think? It seemed like the focus was there.
I think we played from beginning to the end. Like, we probably took some plays off, but we made up for it. But, I say that we stayed on top of it from the start to the end once we got going. And it didn't take us long to get going.
Have time for one more for the student athletes. Anyone? All the way to the back again.
Kiki, Arkansas State, you beat them once, you fell to them once. What was the difference in those 2 games, and how do you go out and try and get this one?
We fought. We didn't defend as well as we could. We didn't play our defense, limit our fouls once again. Because when we went there, we fouled them a lot. We just got to prepare and get ready for them.
Thank you very much, Simone and Kiki. You guys can head back to the locker room. We'll go ahead and open it up to questions for a coach now.
Gary Smith with the Advocate. And Troy came in on an 8-game win streak. They were probably the hottest team in the league. Just talk about what a complete performance you needed. And second, you guys have done a really good job at shutting down Garrett. I think the first time you played, I think she had one of her lowest performances of the year. What is it that you guys do that other teams can't to slow her down?
Well, I mean, we got some kids that can guard. I mean, we spend 75% of our practices working on defense, and we know where we want the ball to go and where we want to force it, and we always in help, and we do a good job with it. But it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort to be able to do things like that. And then by slowing it down, I thought our best defense tonight was definitely our offense. We were very patient, but to do it consistently is tough to do it against Troy. I mean, this was one of the games that maybe we caught them at the right time. That is condemned because, man, I tell you what, they can score. It's not fun to play against them. It's not fun to prepare against them because they just want to get up and down, up and down. And young kids today, our goal today was to push it in transition, which is kind of crazy to try to run with them, but pull it out if we didn't have anything. And we couldn't have did this last year or year before with no maturity. We got a little bit more maturity in our team, and I think they listen a little bit more. They believe in what we're doing a little bit more, so that helps.
To the back.
You got the turnovers you wanted at times, but you're having difficulty finishing on the other end, and that had to be frustrating. How did you get over that and try and find some consistency on offense?
Well, normally, I pretty much get on the kids and stuff. Today, I just let it go, man. Just like, hey, we're going to do it again. We're going to make a steal. Let's attack. And, we did. We missed some early free throws that hurt us, I think, and then we missed some layups. And that's just kind of part of our DNA, I think, is we're not a best shooting team in the world, and we're going to get a lot of shots off, and hopefully we can make the majority of them. We shot 40% tonight, which doesn't sound good, but it's pretty good for us.
Kevin Foote, Lafayette Advertiser. Gary, obviously Simone, just talk about her performance, and also Gabby Alexander. I thought she came off the bench and rebounded tough and made some good decisions and made a big jump shot. She maybe one of her better performances too.
Yeah, we talked about it all week, that we needed more than just our guards to perform, and we talked to our guards about, we've been preaching it the last couple of weeks to get the post more touches, and I thought, you do those kind of things and you focus on a game plan, and I thought Simone was able to get some touches, and it created some offense for really everybody. And she rebounded strong. And Gabby's such an athletic kid. I mean, she's a kid that can dunk a basketball. I don't see that much even at the college level. And at about 5'11", she's super athletic. We just, it's still a work in progress. She's getting better, and her mindset's getting tougher. But yeah, she was big tonight on a lot of those rebounds, and she's starting to defend a little bit better, and once she starts doing that, then my assistant coaches will play her more.
Back to the back again.
Arkansas State, same question from Kiki. Just what differences did you see in those two performances, and how do you build off this?
We at home, we played really well. We pushed the ball down the floor, and we pressed them a little bit the first half and got them to turn it over. And second half, we decided, sometimes we have to decide, because we're not playing a lot of kids, whether we're going to press or we're going to run. And so we decided the second half that we wasn't going to press and we were going to run, and it kind of took them out of their game because they wasn't getting back on defense and stuff. So we got some easy buckets, and then we went to the free throw line a lot. And then we went to Arkansas State. I don't know if y'all been to a game at Arkansas State. You're not going to the free throw line, so hey, it's how it goes, and it's part of the game. And it was tough. We got in foul trouble really, really early, and we didn't shoot it very well. And they did. They shot it very well. So it's going to be a tough game. Gamble is she's player of the year, and she's tough to stop. And, we've done that before. And, that's going to be our focus to do that again. And, he got some size inside. The Hunt kid was 8 for 8 last game, 5 for 5 from the free throw line, had 19 points and maybe 14 rebounds. So she's a tough matchup for her. So we're going to have to come up with a game plan a little bit better than we did. We'll change some things up compared to what we did at Arkansas State.
Any further questions? One more up here in the front.
Kevin Foote, Lafayette Advertiser. Gary, did you feel like y'all it was just a matter of learning from the first 2 games, or were y'all just kind of due? I mean, against this team because they had swept y'all. Y'all didn't even have a lead in the first 2 games, and y'all led in the last 13 minutes or so of this game.
Well, if you remember the first game, we started pressing and getting them to turn it over the second half, and we made a run and came back, and they hit some threes at the end. So, great coaches and great minds think, well, let's go the second game and press them. And, we think we're good enough to run with them. And we went over there to Troy, and they just destroyed us, trying to do those things. And then I went back to last year's game when we held them to 15 points at half. And we looked at that game plan, and we were very patient. So we thought that would be our best opportunity to win. We always, it may not have been a pretty game, but we wanted to give our kids an opportunity to win because they deserved it. And so that was our game plan. Was we changed it to slowing it down, be methodical, and just a boring old team, and then push it when we could. And I thought we made some pretty good decisions, even though we missed some layups along the way.